Hey guys, I'm Mitchell Carbert, salesman here at Type Machinery in Fergus Falls, Minnesota. And we're gonna do a walk around here on this 2150 planter that we have. We'll get right into it with this planter. So two different options for pulling this planter. We have either a drawbar or a 2-point hitch style option, depending on your tractor setup. That's gonna be the best thing there for you. From there, biggest thing with these planters is with their tractor, we want to match up our hydraulic requirements. That's going to be a big thing, whether we're going to have, delta force, a hydraulic drive, or maybe electric drive, things of that sort. We just want to make sure everything is matched up for our tractor to be all set and good. One thing you guys will notice here is our hydraulic lines on these planters. These are out on top of the bar. Two big reasons here that we at Case made this change. One is serviceability. There's nothing running through the frames, the bars anymore, guys, deal with that. Plus with these lines outside, that also is going to have better cooling in the spring when it gets warm. So going to cool that oil before it gets back to our tractor. That's help keep that tractor running cooler, help the planter run cooler. Everything's gonna be a lot more efficient that way too. So behind me too, you can see we have our CCS tanks. These are twin tanks. These are 60 bushel tanks. Our big CCS blowers underneath in the middle. Been a good system, very good system there with how we're working things. Other thing you will notice is our fans, a big difference on our fans here. Our fans project and blow down. Back in the day with the 1200 series, those fans actually blew up at the end. So a little bit of different change you see with the fan system and the blower tanks and these lines. So here we have our 2000 series row unit. One of the first things guys will notice is our curved parallel arm. So what that does is give our bar actually rides a little bit higher than our previous bar, our 1200 bar. What this does, this gives us more travel down, more travel upward. It actually gives us 16 inches of range that row unit can ride, one of the biggest things. This planter is equipped with hydraulic downforce, delta force from Precision Planting. It's been a big seller, even adding on to older planters. This is a big point of this will change a lot of things with this planter. Is a great option, would highly recommend it. Starting in the front, we have our clean sweep as our row cleaner. So a couple different options there. Guys can go with this shark tooth like this style is. Guys can go a spiked option. Very nice option for residue management within the furrow. From there we have our gauge wheels. These are maintenance-free gauge wheels, and they are reduced inner diameter. So some guys don't know what that is. Basically takes the pressure of that row unit and keeps it about 2-3 inches off of the furrow. Helps create a nice clean furrow that way and keeps that pressure there so we can then break it up with our discs in the back. Our leading and trailing discs that we have, they will sit at that V and make a nice cut, makes a nice clean furrow, cuts any of that residue that could be lying there as well too. Do have a firming point and a shoe there to keep that furrow open. Then we have our closing wheels in the back that are slightly bigger than years past. In our older models, these are a 9-inch disc. These are also air adjust too. So we do have now some air adjust closing on the back of our row unit. It's really gonna help with keeping that pressure. If we need a little more power to close that furrow, we can, but if not, we can back it off too. So then we have our packing wheel here, two different settings, the front and the rear. It gives you the option to have, if you wanna be a little more stronger down, we're gonna be up in this front, a little more less closing, we're gonna slide it to the back. Some guys will also slide it back for rock purposes. Sometimes rocks can get up in here and get jammed with this bar and these discs. So sometimes guys have to make an adjustment to kind of fit their operation and fit their ground. Up top, we have our meter. So we have our coming from our tank. This is gonna fill our hopper. We also have our air line tucked in here. And this is the V-set meter with the V-drive. So we have individual row shut off. It's electrically spun. Plus that also gives us turn compensation too. Going around corners, we can be faster on the outside, slower on the inside. Keeps a nice, even, consistent seat placement, exactly where we want to be. Another key thing you guys will notice between the 1200 and the 2000 series is going to be our row unit depth adjust. So have a nice big T-handle here, can make adjustments with letters and numbers, even the slight changes, as well as even turning it around and having bevel down or bevel up can make that 1/8 inch changes. Really gets a nice uniform depth. So these gauge wheels are going to ride. This is going to be our depth stop, and it does have a weight pin in there. That's how this Delta Force cylinder is measuring the pressure down and keeping that consistent depth. So nice big change, easier than the old screw style adjust, a little cumbersome on the older units. This has been really handy, can make nice fine-tuned adjustments to be exactly where we want seat placement. Another add-on feature with this specific planter is going to be our wing downforce control. I have a cylinder right here at our wing pivot point. This gives us some pressure, gives us the control to put a little more pressure on those wings, take it off the main frame. If we're a little bit wet, have full bulk tanks that way. Nice way to just kind of equalize that pressure, put a little more in the wings. And at our pivot point here with the wing flex, we do have 21 degrees of travel down and 21 degrees up. So that's 42 degrees of total travel. Seeing these things bend into little holes that way, bend up and out of them too. Pretty amazing what they can do, especially with this curved row unit. Gives us a lot of ride, keeps that planter in the ground where it needs to be, even through that uneven terrain. There are a couple factory liquid options for planters. This one does have the wet boom on it, which you guys can see back here. Nice boom, check valve, and does have the push connect locks for tubing. This customer is going to do some things with in-furrow and 2x2. He's undecided yet, so we've kind of left that as it sits. You can add 2 wet booms to a kit, or to a planter, excuse me. So guy can have 2 options going there too. This one he does have a ground drive pump with a John Blue. Nice simple system for what he wants to do, but Case does offer a factory electric option that is 3 sections. So basically this planter being 24, you can have up to 8 rows shut on and off that way. So nice simple system, it works, very handy for what guys want to do. This is also a good option too that guys can add on after the fact, but it still works. So with our new 21 series planters, excuse me, we do have 3 different options for display controls that we can have up in our tractor for our planters. We can run these with the Pro 700 monitor. We can run them with the new Pro 1200 monitor, and we can run a Precision 2020 monitor. The only caveat with the 2020 is we do have to have a 700 or a 1200 to run a few functions as well as fold and unfold. But other than that, we do have 3 options for customers where they have a little older tractor, have a little bit of a newer tractor, or they like that 2020 Precision offering. We can offer that for all of our customers. Makes it nice, easy transition from a different planter into our red frame. So that's kind of all we have for our planters, our 2024 models. Great units. Get out, talk to your local salesman. Come see me if you're in the Fergus area. Great units. Something you guys should definitely take a look at and be thinking about next year. I do think this is the most important tool on the farm, and I can't stress that enough. We've got to start out with good placement, good seed. If we can't have that, not going to have a crop. So come see us. Thank you.